Live from Toast Studios in New York City, it's the Hospitality Hangout podcast with the restaurant guy and the finance guy. Toast. Toast empowers the restaurant community to delight guests, do what they love, and thrive. That's Toast, Jimmy. We love Toast.
We do love Toast.
Jimmy, kick it off because we got a great show here.
We
and
do.
I'm smelling pizza and I'm loving it.
Oh, we're going to have a show. We're going to have a day. We're going to have a day here. Listen, I want to welcome you all more formally to the Hospitality Hangout, a hospitality-focused podcast where the founders, Branded Hospitality Group, bring insights and technology and innovation leaders that are making things happen in the industry we love. My name is Jimmy Frischling, otherwise known as the Finance Guy. I'll pass it back to Mr. Michael Schatzberg, also known as the Restaurant Guy.
And thank you for that kind introduction. Jim Angelo is listening. Feel free to call me Shatsy. And we are the personalities behind Branded Hospitality. We have the intersection, Jimmy, of restaurants, technology, hospitality, investing, and pizza. And pizza, everything. We're really at the intersection of all food and beverage.
I never know what kind of mood you're going to be in until you start telling me how many things we sit at the intersection of. Then I know
we sit at the intersection of everything. Yes. Everything, food, beverage, hotel, stadium. We sit at the intersection of everything. We're just
very, very busy intersection.
We're in New York City. We're at the intersection.
We're
at the intersection of the world. You know, Jimmy, I was, I something on my mind, and I want to talk about it.
Please.
It's important. You know, by the way, I know you don't watch TV.
I don't.
Busy. You're too busy.
Too busy.
I mean, I'm loving White Lotus right now. I'm in season 3. I'm loving the White Lotus. Probably every normal person in America is probably watching White Lotus on Sunday night. I'd say you are probably one of like maybe 3.
My competitive advantage. I'm deploying that time elsewhere.
So after I watched White Lotus, and here in New York, it's on at around 9 o'clock. And let me tell you, and I have to watch it live. I know it's not live, but I have to watch it live. Like at 9:01, I got to start watching it. Like it can't be like at 9:30. I have to watch, because if you go on social media, be spoilers. So I got to watch it live. So when I'm done, it's like 10 o'clock, Then I watch a little, they do like a behind the scenes, behind the episode. It's awesome. You get that, it's excellent. You'd love the show. But after I was done, okay, I'm watching the White Lotus. I loved it so much. It was a great episode. I was thinking about restaurants, and I was thinking about how restaurants can help themselves do better.
Help themselves.
Yeah.
Self-help.
Yeah, it's Jimmy. It's not all. It's sometimes you got to help yourself. You got to just think and say to yourself, how can I help myself? And you say, self, what do I need? You know one thing you do? Upgrade your point of sale system. And you know what you got to upgrade to?
I do.
Toast. You know why?
It's the best point of sale out there.
Best I've seen.
Yep.
And I got to tell you, we use somebody else for many, many years.
Yes.
There was no Toast. When I started, there was no such thing as Toast. I ate Toast. I loved it. Rye toast, white toast, whole wheat toast. Never had whole wheat toast. Growing up, there was no such thing as
I feel like a scene out of Forrest Gump right now. How many different types of toast are you going to mention?
Well, you know what? There's a lot of toast out there. Jillian actually brought home, I don't know why, but for St. Patty's Day, there was something she brought home from Schmidt's.
Yes.
The deli.
It was corned beef and cabbage on toast.
It was like a raisin, like a cinnamon raisin.
Yeah.
Does that have something to do with St. Patrick's Day cinnamon raisin?
No.
I don't know. She brought it home anyway. It was delicious. It was very good with cream cheese. Delicious. Well, anyway, I got to tell you, I'm sitting at the restaurant and I'm noticing all the staff are using the handhelds.
Love the handhelds.
And they're loving it. They're all walking around with those Toast handhelds. It makes the payments easier. It's seamless. I love it as a guest. How do you feel about it?
I think as long as, as a restaurant owner, I love that the staff is embracing it and it helps our operations. As a guest, I love the handheld. I love when the waiter or waitress
I got to tell you,
is empowered.
I'm going to say one thing.
Yeah.
ToastTab.com, we love you. All right, Jimmy, kick it off. That was my shameless plug, and I got to tell you, Toast is awesome.
By the way, not that shameless. We use it.
We do.
Actually, so does our guests. So let's dive into this a little bit.
In.
All right, we are very excited today. We have like a hospitality, in my opinion, celebrity here. Joining us today is our friend,
not in your opinion, it's a fact, Jimmy.
Mr. Lawrence Longo, the CEO at Prince Street Pizza.
That's
This is a big deal. He has an incredible story involving sports and celebrities and, of course, pizza. So we're going to have a fantastic time. Let me tell you something. I've asked a lot of people, if you're stuck on a desert island somewhere and you can only have one food the rest of your life, what's it going to be?
Pizza.
Inevitably, it's pizza.
Maybe a burger.
Nope. Inevitably, it's pizza. I can have burger the rest of your life. Nope. For the rest of your life, it's going to be pizza.
I would agree. You know why? There's fruit, right?
There is fruit.
There's protein.
There is protein.
Is there
All right.
vegetables? Because tomatoes are fruit.
Tomatoes are fruit.
So it's not a vegetable.
It's not a
so
vegetable.
there's no vegetables. But you don't
Yes.
really need that. Do you really need vegetables?
You know what? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that with our guests. Listen, before
Right.
we jump in, our podcast gets released on Tuesdays.
Yes.
We do Trivia Tuesdays.
Yes,
I'm going
we
to give you
do.
3 factoids
Right.
about our friend Lawrence. 2 are
I
true.
gotta cue up a little music.
2 are true, 1's not true. And a little later in the episode, Chad, so you're going to guess which one was the AKA the not truth or the lie. Here we go. And these are really fun. Fact 1. Lawrence created the world's largest chicken tender festival. I can absolutely believe that. If someone was going to create the largest chicken tender festival, I think it'd be Lawrence.
Lawrence got a poker face. Like, forget about it.
Fact 2. Lawrence created the Krabby Patty.
You mean the Krabby Patty from like SpongeBob?
I don't know, actually. Krabby
Is that
Patty.
the Krabby Patty?
Yes, Krabby Patty.
Krabby Patty?
Krabby Patty.
You have an 8-year-old. You don't watch SpongeBob.
I'm watching Scrub.
What
I
the hell
am.
are you doing with Sylvia?
I
You don't
wasn't.
watch-
I am watching SpongeBob. I wasn't sure if this was
a
the
Krabby
character
Patty.
or if this was a kind of an ode to other restaurants.
Lawrence
Okay,
created the Krabby Patty.
Krabby Patty. Fact 3. Lawrence ate a burger a day for a whole year. 365 days, 365
Just looking
burgers.
at the guy who's probably taking it with an Ozempic because he looks terrific.
Well, there you go. 3 factoids. 1, world's largest chicken tender festival. My daughter, by the way, loves chicken tenders. Fact 2, created the Krabby Patty. My daughter watches the show. Fact 3, burger a day for a whole year, 365 days, 365 burgers. Boom.
I got to tell you, Jimmy, those are some tough ones.
Tough ones.
They are some tough ones, but I feel like, as usual, I will prevail because nobody can get the 2 truths and a lie
Better than you.
like me. I killing it. Did I do well last week? I don't remember.
I think
don't remember.
I don't. You know, I don't remember. But you know what? Let's.
I forget what Julie, you have to tell me who last week's guest was when we did the 2 because it was tricky. It was very tricky. All right, listen. Before we dump into it, okay? How does one become so famous in the not just in the restaurant business?
Intertwining sports.
Yeah, in the whole
Hollywood,
yeah.
and now pizza.
I feel like Lawrence is like the Leonardo DiCaprio of our business.
There you go.
What do you think about that, Jimmy?
You know what? I don't think Lawrence will be upset about that.
George Clooney.
I don't think he'll be upset about that. I
Right?
think
Those
he'll
are
be
some
all right.
good-looking people,
Good-looking
right?
people.
All right. I did not do well last week. Julie's telling me I did not do well last week.
Okay.
Oh, it was Joe Hummel from Twin Peaks, and I didn't nail it.
Okay.
All right. Well, you know what, Julie? Sometimes you lie. You tell me I did well. All right. Listen, first of all, Lawrence grew up in Canada, okay? Playing hockey his whole life. Age 1, started playing hockey. Can
I just say one thing?
Yeah, sure.
Hospitality Hangout. We're pro Canada.
Yeah, why not?
We're yay Canada.
I don't see why Canada can't be
Just
the
say.
51st state. That'd be awesome.
No,
It's a
no,
big
no.
state.
No,
Yeah.
that's not pro Canada.
Why is that not pro Canada?
We're not going to go down that path. I'm sorry I brought it up. This show is pro Canada.
Why is that bad?
Canada's sovereignty.
But if everyone in Canada, if everybody wanted to
I'm
be,
so sorry I brought that
But if
up.
everyone in Canada wanted to be a state, would you
How
then
about
be
this?
okay
How
with
about
it?
we have one Canadian here? How about we just let this Canadian solve it?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm just asking. If everyone in Canada, and you said, does everyone in Canada want to be a state? Would you be okay with it then?
If 100% of the Canadians, if they want it, they can have it. I think it's a
Right,
rude,
that's what I'm trying to say.
I think it's a rude question.
But all I'm trying to say is,
think it's a rude question.
if you asked everybody in Canada, would you like to be a state? They all said, okay. I'd be like, all right, that's cool. I mean, that's a great state.
Rude question.
All right. Jeez, Jimmy, huh? I'm going to talk to Lawrence. He's from Canada. Anyway, he grew up in Canada, played hockey for like a long time, okay? But then he didn't like hockey, and he didn't like Canada. You know why?
It's cold.
Yeah, very cold. They didn't like it. And it was cold, and they didn't like the way they spoke, and it was just weird, and he moved to California. You know why? Because he knows that's where the action is, and he wanted to be a big star. He wanted to be a big star, okay? And he goes to he started working with like Joel Silver, who was a big Hollywood producer, right? Worked on The Matrix. So he's making things happen. He's making movies. Worked with Mel Brooks on Spaceballs, one of my all-time favorites, right? But he got his entree. It wasn't enough for him. Mel Brooks, it wasn't enough for him. You know what I mean? So he created this app called Off the Menu. Do you know this app?
I do not know this app.
Off the Menu, and it was basically an app that you would go to and you would find off-the-menu items at the coolest restaurants. So you go to the restaurant, it'd be like the chef's office, and if you know, you know what I mean? So you go in, and you'd be like, look, I want the meatballs. The way they'd be like, oh, this guy knows about the meatballs, and I run the menu. Then they know you're a big shot, Anyway, he came to New York City, and he's with, Sean Avery of the Rangers fame, Jimmy. And he comes to New York City, and he's with Sean, right? And he brought Lawrence to the pizza place because he doesn't know from pizza from Canada. And they went to L.A. He doesn't know from bagels. He doesn't know from pizza. He doesn't know. He knows from, what does he know? He knows beer, and he knows the Montreal bagel. What is that? That's not a bagel.
Oh, man, you're hurting Kettleman's. You're hurting our boy Amer.
Well, all right, just why do you have to bring Kettleman's into this? Don't bring Kettleman. Anyway, he fast food. He goes to he loves it. Goes bananas. Calls everyone in his family. Oh my goodness, you don't even want to know.
Love it first bite.
Love at first bite. And after a little bit of time, somehow, some way, he buys, he becomes the CEO, and then he owns it. He's the head, and he loves it. And now he runs the whole thing, and it's his. Prince, right there you go. All right, let's bring him in. Okay, let's bring him in.
How's that for an intro?
Wow. Well, it was getting long. I'm like, I got to just get it. I just got to cut to the chase, I mean, tell us all about it. I mean, how'd you start? What's with Canada? Should it be the 51st state? Don't answer that. Does Canada have good pizza? Answer that.
You know what? Growing up, other than my grandmother's house, I didn't know good pizza.
Didn't know good pizza.
Didn't know good pizza.
And does Hollywood have good pizza?
It does now.
It
does now, for sure.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely has great
tell
pizza
us the whole
now.
Story. What I get right? What I get wrong? Tell me everything.
Wow. Can I come every day? That was the best intro. Half of it was kind of right.
Oh, really? What did I get right? Your name is Lawrence, right?
My name's Lawrence.
All right, so
I didn't grow up playing hockey from one. I actually was born with skates on my feet.
Yeah, because everyone in hockey plays hockey.
Yeah,
in Canada.
I learned how to walk by pushing a chair with skates on in my backyard rink. So
are you kidding around right now?
No, I swear to God.
That's the truth.
That's the truth. Like, that's how I started walking was with a chair.
So you were skating before walking?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's...
I didn't actually... I worked for the guy who produced The Matrix. I was his assistant, not Joel's. His name was, God rest his soul, his name's Dan Cracchiolo. He passed away a long time ago, but I started working for him. So I didn't
actually... What were you doing on The Matrix? Like, what
no, I was working for the producer.
Okay.
He had already produced The Matrix.
Like an assistant, if
I was the assistant.
Okay.
And then I made my way to
right, sure.
creative
You got to start out getting coffee and stuff.
Oh, I got
cleaning.
Meals thrown at me.
Yeah,
you ever seen the movie Swimming with Sharks?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I pretty much got hung off a building.
I did see that one. Yeah, that was what was in Swimming? That was
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah,
he was the agent. It was what a...
I'll tell you the first time I my pants, I was sitting in a writer's room, and DMX came in with his crew and put guns on the table, and I was like, literally, I'm a Canadian kid from Toronto. What the hell's going on here?
Right.
And so it was a wild time. Hollywood back then was wild, and I was at the tail end of it before it got too straight-laced. But it was what an amazing.
Did you meet Mel Brooks?
Yeah, I produced Spaceballs, the animated series.
Oh, wait a minute. Who did the voices for that? Somebody famous did some of the voices?
Yeah, they all did. Most of them came back.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. It was on G4, and we did about,
Not John Candy. Was John Candy?
Well, he wasn't alive, yeah.
It's the best.
They all had respect for Mel. They always will come back.
Yeah,
everybody
but
comes back.
Mel was incredible to work with. Yeah. Like, so funny.
I almost had a picture of Mel Brooks. He came to a restaurant
I was going to ask
on
you
the
about
Upper East Side. He would eat all the time, and Jimmy knows it because we'd eat there all the time.
Yeah.
And, and then not to... Long story short, I asked the owner, who I know well, Mel Brooks is here. Can I get a picture? I don't want to bother him. He said, yes. After he's done eating, you bring everyone over there. I bring the family over. The waiter's going to take a picture of Mel and me and my kids. And I remember saying, oh, Mr. Brooks, my kids, Blazing Saddles is their favorite movie. They love the beans and the farting scene. Like, oh, kids, you shouldn't watch that, And the waiter's got the phone. He's about to take a picture. My wife, Jillian, goes, wait a minute. Let me take the picture. This is such an important moment, I'm like, let the waiter. He takes pictures all the time. He knows what he's doing. No, let me take the picture. Well, I think you know what happened. Jillian takes the picture. Mr. Brooks leaves. I go to the phone. Let me see these great pictures. No pictures. Nothing. Darkness. Jimmy's big line. Anytime Mel Brooks comes out, hey, Shatsy, don't show a picture.
Show me that great picture. You and your kids with Mel Brooks. Show that great picture.
And by the way, everyone I know, people that know me, know that story. So anytime Mel Brooks comes out, Shatsy, Wait, I'm trying to picture Mel Brooks. Did you meet him? I met him, but I have no picture. Anyway.
Shots, you have it in a very special.
Yeah, anyway,
place.
sorry to
you have,
interrupt.
you have it in your memory.
Yes,
You got it right there.
I do. So you work with Mel.
Yeah. So, and then I was just like a hustler, entrepreneur. Working in Hollywood, people thought you were successful, but I didn't have a pot to piss in. And then I started doing entrepreneurial type stuff, and I created a show called Off the Menu.
So it started out as a show.
Yeah, I started off as a show. That was the first was like, oh, what a great idea for a show. I'm going to discover all these because when I went to Spago with my boss,
Spago was a place.
He ordered a smoked salmon pizza. I was like,
how do you get that?
that's not on the menu.
That's not on the menu.
And they brought it out, and it's like, well, if you know, you know.
Right.
And then the next week, I go to In-N-Out Burger, and I have a animal style burger.
Oh, you're right.
I was like, how do you know that?
Right. My brother lives in L.A., and I remember they took me in and out. He goes, animal style. I'm like, what the is animal style? Yeah.
So the next time I went there, I was in the know. I said animal style, and you feel like you just feel cool, even though everybody knows.
You feel cool, 100%. You feel cool.
So I thought, why not create a show where we discover all the secret menu items across the world?
Brilliant.
It would be like diners, drive-ins, and diners.
Yeah.
And I sold the show, but never got made. And
you know why? Because the guy who bought it, it was his idea. He wanted to squash it.
Yeah, it
happens, Jimmy, in big corporate America.
And the way I see things is I see everything as like a brand IP. I created comic books because I wanted to own the IP when we sold it to the movie studios.
Right.
And so what I did was I said, I'm going to take this on myself and create an app so I have the IP. And that way, when I do want to make the TV show, then I own it. I own more of it.
Right.
And so I created this app where I curated secret menu items across the country. And for a year, I went around just discovering food and secret menu items. And I would entice businesses to create secret menu items if they didn't already have them. Because what I said is, I'm going to drive foot traffic to your restaurant.
Sure.
And the whole idea is, let's drive foot traffic to the restaurants. And what I ended up doing is turning it into a food club because I raised a little bit of money, but I had no idea. Like, it was a tech play, and I'm not a tech guy. I truly love food. You're
an ideas man.
Yeah. So I wasn't going to be like, well, someone's like, just go raising money. I was like, no, I got to create a business. I can't just keep raising money. I don't know how to do that. And so what I did was created this food club. And every day people would pay $20 a month and they get access to one free secret menu item every single day at restaurants around LA. And I built, for about 5 years, I didn't raise any more money and I just kept building it and building it. But in order to get people on the app, I create these experiences.
Right, sure.
So
Sounds like you were way ahead of your time. Right? Jimmy
does
way ahead of his time.
He was driving. He was getting butts in seats before that expression was even popular.
Cans in hands. There
you go.
Butts in seats.
Yeah.
So I guess what led me to Prince Street was the Sean Avery story. And every time I'd go visit him in New York, I'd go to Prince Street, and that every time I'd have this spicy spring, it just put a smile on my face. And you'd be lonely in this big city.
Was it the pizza or was that gas?
This is the before and the smile is before and after. Yeah.
Sometimes I get a smile on my face too, but it's a little gas.
But I asked Don Morano, why don't we bring Prince Street to LA? Yeah. And on National Pizza Day in 2018, we launched Prince Street Pizza in LA as a pop-up for 3 days.
Where was that?
It was on Sunset Boulevard. I took over a pizzeria
in
West Hollywood.
Yeah, great location.
Called Dough. And there was 3-hour lines in the pouring rain.
Yeah, I just want to ask you, tell us that pitch. Like, you've been in Hollywood. You're clearly making pitches. You've made big pitches before. Yeah. You're going to the head of the family.
No, so first I just went to the Sun.
You went to the Sun. Okay, and tell us about the pitch.
He loved it.
You're friendly with him.
Yeah. We're friendly with him. Right. And he was like, I don't know if my dad will do this, but he convinced his dad to let him go to L.A. He would be there.
Because he wanted to make movies. Son.
I don't know if you want
Everybody wants to.
Everyone wants to make movies. Yeah.
I'm going to go to Hollywood. He's going to be famous. Like, I got a dad. This is my chance.
Yeah. So me and Dom were literally, and a couple other, workers in the restaurant were making the pizzas, like literally in the back, making the pizzas, lines out the door. It was complete chaos. It was like, like 3-hour lines down Sunset Boulevard. Everybody was like stopping on Sunset to see what was going on. And I was like, Dom, let's open one up. Yeah. And he's like, my dad's not going to be into it. I was like, why? Yeah. He's like, because he likes to keep it tight. He just wants to feed the neighborhood, you know. So I said, let me.
How long had Prince Street Pizza
2012.
It was 2012.
Yeah, but it was the original Ray's.
Right. Okay.
So the very first Ray's Pizza was actually
in
where
that spot.
In that Prince Street Pizza. Because people come up to me and they're like, I've been going there since I was a kid. I love Prince Street. I was like,
it wasn't there.
It wasn't there when you were a kid.
So
but
it was the original Ray's.
It was the original
Jimmy's from
Ray's.
New York City, so he knows there's like 50 original Ray's. But this is the original.
The sign would go up, original Ray's.
This is the original.
Brand new sign. How can that be the original? Inspired by the original Ray's.
So I said, Dom, let me meet with your father. And so we met him at Peter Luger's in New York. Yeah, and I said, the original Peter Luger's.
There's one in Vegas now.
Yeah, I actually had lunch there last week. I had the new steak sandwich there.
Yeah, so you're the original Luger's.
Yeah. Okay. And I gave him my pitch of what I thought Prince Street could be. I thought it could be the premium pizza brand of America. I saw everybody was, Prince Street was one of the first people to put those cup and curl pepperonis on the Sicilian.
Yeah.
People weren't doing that.
Right.
And it kind of was the perfect time when they started doing it in Instagram, and when you take a picture of that spicy spring, it's just like, it's always beautiful. It's always beautiful. That's the naughty. That's the spicy spring.
Sorry. You got the spicy spring?
Yeah. Oh. But I guess.
Does anyone have smell-o-vision? If you have smell-o-vision, you have no idea.
I guess to really back up, when I was first bugging Dom about getting involved with Prince Street, I got them on my Off the Menu app. And they created this pizza called the Broadway breadcrumb, which is this one. I don't know if you can see this one.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
Cute. I don't know that one.
Yeah, no, because it's off menu.
Oh.
And you're not in the know.
You're not in the know.
All my life.
Yeah, exactly. I'm definitely not in the know.
It's not in the slice line. You gotta order that and come pick it up, or ahead of time.
You got to order ahead of time.
Yeah, you got to know. Yeah, you got to.
You got to order like a whole pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're letting that go by the slice. That's a pie.
Yeah.
Order the pie.
So what? So tell me.
So I'm at Peter Luger's and I'm saying, listen, I think Prince Street could be the best premium pizza brand in America. It's not Domino's. I think you could have one in every major market in America.
Sure.
And I think just let's follow the MLB, and wherever there's a baseball team, a hockey team, is where we could put a Prince Street.
Oh, Jimmy, you like that idea? Just follow the MLB. Wherever there's a professional baseball team,
that's works for me.
That's how you pick your markets. How do you pick my markets? Wherever there's a baseball team, I love that.
I've never opened a restaurant at that time. I was probably the least likely person to scale a restaurant business.
Right? Yeah, no.
But I believed in the product, and he said, "Where are you from?" I said, "Well, I'm from Canada." He's like, no, but what part? You're Italian, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, what part of Italy? I was like, Calabria. He's like, me too. He's like, what town? I was like,
that
Cosenza.
sealed the deal right there.
It shook my hand.
Yeah, of course.
And I asked him, I said, why? I wasn't likely. Why did you? He's like, kid, I liked your energy. You had good vibes. You weren't like trying to oversell me.
Right.
I just felt in my heart that you were the right guy.
Makes sense.
And I got to hand it to him. He picked the right guy, and he just said, never change my fucking recipe, and never lose the human touch.
Did you ever change?
No. We added like that naughty pie. We added when we opened up a Miami location,
right.
And but I'd always go for approval.
So what is the arrangement now with the family?
Yeah, so we're partners. And everyone I open up, we created a new LLC, right. And they have the New York one. Mm-hmm. That's theirs. And everyone from there on in, I'm the owner.
So what cities do you have now?
So we're in Las Vegas. Well, L.A.
Right.
We've got like 7 in L.A.
Right.
L.A., San Diego, Las Vegas.
Right.
Toronto.
Okay. I'm just thinking about the baseball teams. Okay.
Yeah. Then we're opening up.
Because I don't think Vegas has a baseball team.
They do.
Yeah. Well, they're coming. They're not there yet.
But I know things are happening beforehand. I'm ahead of my time.
By the way, this is MLB saying, where do we expand? They said, follow.
So maybe the MLB
follow Prince Street Pizza.
Yeah.
Wherever Prince Street opens, that's where we have to bring our next
So where else?
And then we're opening up in Miami. We're opening up in Dallas, Charleston, Arizona.
So the next baseball team will be in Charleston. Is that Jimmy?
That's breaking.
That's
Breaking.
breaking.
News.
So
breaking
is that
news.
breaking news? Can we break that right now?
Yeah, you
Sure,
can.
why
The
not?
MLB has not announced this yet.
They're following Prince Street, baby.
The MLB has not announced this yet, Jimmy, but we can tell you with 100% assurances that from our research that the next MLB what's it called, expansion team will be in Charleston.
I think to be
I don't
clear,
think Charleston even knows it
I think
yet.
there's a chance that will happen. There's a chance.
Have you guys been to
Always a
Charleston?
chance. Yes.
I've never been. I heard it's
Amazing
amazing.
city.
Food is incredible.
Amazing city.
Yeah.
The King Street, that like trying to recreate the energy that is on Prince Street Pizza, not easy. On Prince Street,
Right.
There's a lot of traffic, a lot of great clothing stores. There's just this really great energy, and King Street I felt exactly the same way. Like that street's
That's
got
the place.
nightlife. It's got high end fashion.
Everyone's talking about Charleston right now.
It's so cool.
Literally.
Yep.
I was just like looking to go there for like a long weekend with Jillian. Like I've got to go there.
So
check
it's
it out.
romantic place. It's great. You got to go.
Great food.
there. Great food.
Yeah. Actually, I was on Zillow looking at houses. I haven't been there yet. I'm going to buy a house. I'm like, yeah, we're moving to Charleston. I'm on Zillow. I'm looking at houses. I'm serious. Like Kiowa Island or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, but we play golf. I mean, it's unbelievable.
I haven't played golf there yet, but
So that store's open already?
No, we opened that at the end of the year in November.
All right, well, now I have a reason to go. Jillian, we're going down there. We're having some pizza. Mm-hmm. I love it. I got to tell you, it's just awesome. So how many locations are now open?
There's 14 now.
14 stores.
Yeah.
And they're you own them all. No
Well,
franchise.
just our group owns the whole thing.
I got to tell you, I absolutely love this, right, Jimbo?
I think it's awesome.
It really
I
is.
love the way you got the family to trust you, the Italian heritage. It's really cool. I want to ask you about. I'm going back a little bit to the secret menu items. During COVID, you got 50 celebrities to get on board with 50 local burger joints. I mean, Chats and I, the whole branded team, is obsessed with tech that's good for operators. You got to help the operator. You're helping. You helped an operator. You helped an owner operator expand the brand. We love helping owner operators. And during COVID, you get 50 celebrities to essentially work with 50 local burger joints to create off-menu items. That's clearly a theme that you're running with. But we're not talking about C-listers, because we know the B-list, that's our thing.
We know the B-list.
We know the B-list is our thing, branded the B-list.
Yep.
But you're talking about guys like Matthew McConaughey, Melissa McCarthy, Dwayne Wade, Paris Hilton. Tell us about that experience. God bless you're helping out the restaurants. You're helping the community at a time where everyone wanted to be, uplifted. But talk about 50 celebrities, 50 burger joints during COVID.
Yeah, so COVID hit. The year before, I created a festival called the Burger Showdown. And I had Marshmallow, Shay Mitchell, Charlotte McKinney, Phil Rosenthal, all create their own burgers. And we did it at the Wallace Annenberg Center for Performing Arts for the LA Times Food Bowl. And it was such a great event. I was so excited to do it the next year. I was going to get bigger celebrities and do it even a better version of it. And COVID hit. And I had to figure out a way to still do this event. And I called Uber Eats and I said, hey, this is what I want to do, but I want to do it for delivery because that's what we're doing.
Sure.
And I partnered with Frontline Foods and I called a couple of the celebrities that were part of Frontline Foods and said, hey, let's partner with local burger joints. We'll team up one celebrity with a local burger joint and they'll create an off-menu burger that the customers can order off of Uber Eats. I got Matthew McConaughey. The funniest thing with Matthew McConaughey is I called the agent. I was like, hey, this is it. He's like, how much are you going to pay him? I'm just like, I'm not. This is all for charity. This is to help the restaurants and to help the frontline workers.
What did he say to that?
So the agent's like, yeah, he's not interested. So you know what I did?
Whoa.
Guess what I did?
Called
I called his
Matthew.
publicist.
And
And I said, hey, this is it.
I'm going to the LA Times and saying Matthew McConaughey is not charitable.
No, it's not true. He is. He's unbelievably
His
charitable.
agent is not charitable.
His agent wasn't charitable. And I said to the agent, I said, I have Aaron Franklin from Franklin Barbecue, the most famous barbecue.
I had to get out of line. It was an hour and a half.
And I said, and he's in Austin, and Matthew McConaughey loves Austin.
He bleeds
This
Texas.
is 100% should be a collaboration burger.
Yeah.
And Matthew McConaughey said yes instantly.
Did he fire his agent?
No, because I
We
didn't
got
make
to find
it.
out who his agent was.
No, I'm not.
What year was it? We're looking him up.
We're not gonna make- we're not gonna
Julie,
make
find
it.
out who his agent was.
We're not going to make it about that. But once you have Matthew McConaughey, I got Melissa McCarthy, and we got everybody. I had Brian Boitano, who do you guys know who that is? The figure skater.
Come on, are you kidding me? What do we live in a cave?
Yeah,
here? I mean, he's Olympic gold.
It was
Wasn't he?
South Park.
Yes,
I don't thanks to
That's
South
how
Park.
I know him too.
I
From
don't thanks to
South
South Park.
Jeez,
Being
you're
honest.
my kids
Yeah.
now, Jimmy.
like
Right,
it.
Boitano, man.
I know.
What year was that? What he was in the 80s?
80s,
Yeah.
before I was born.
Jeez, I'm old as
I know him from
dirt.
South Park. That's all I know him.
So
When
yeah,
were you born, Lawrence?
I was born in 1980. But so
Jesus, he's like 24.
Leave the
know,
math
right?
to
He's
me.
like 24.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're right, Jeff.
but the greatest thing about this experiment or this event, this digital event, was we drove about 4 billion impressions. The restaurants were selling out of food, making money during the pandemic,
Right.
And I basically made Uber not have enough drivers to deliver all the burgers.
I mean, that's brilliant. It's genius is what it is.
So yeah, and then a couple months later, it went so well. I did the Chicken Wing Showdown, where I got Shaq, Snoop,
Also during COVID?
Snoop Dogg, Tyra Banks, Anthony Anderson.
How do you get all these people? You're just dialing?
I
or-
call.
Do they know you? Do you know these people?
Because I'm in Hollywood, so I have
You're
relationships.
like I did Spaceballs, the animation.
You gotta know how to call
Do you
the
remember
right.
The Matrix? I was the assistant to the producer who died. Okay, let me tell you. Okay.
No, it's also celebrities want to do charitable things, and they also want to help the restaurants. And what I do know is every celebrity has their favorite restaurant
Right.
or has a friend they've invested in
okay.
that has a restaurant
Right.
that needs help.
Okay. Right, there you go. Exactly.
Right? So what I do is I Google celebrities that own restaurants.
Okay.
Okay, Dwayne Wade owns 800 Degrees.
Right.
So
Right.
you get
So
him
you
to
make
do
the-
his
right,
restaurant,
right, sure.
and you connect the dots.
Right. Connected. That's good for their investments.
Good for their investments.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
So it kind of it was good for everybody.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a win-win. It's
a win-win-win.
Let's talk technology.
Let's talk tech.
Let's talk tech, right?
Yes.
So you're opening up all these restaurants. I mean, you're a Hollywood guy, you're a hockey star, but you really know nothing about restaurants. But yet you're like a restaurant guy now. You really are a jack of all trades. So you're opening all these restaurants. Talk to me about your tech stack. I mean, how are you competing with Domino's?
Well, Domino's is a delivery company, not a pizza company. Right?
Right.
So, but we use Toast at all the restaurants except
Did
for
you always use Toast?
No, so New York doesn't use Toast. They use beep.
Okay, they use somebody else. Okay. All right. They use
that's
somebody
okay.
else.
But I use Toast.
You like Toast?
Yeah, I love Toast.
Okay.
We used Davo. I have a great tech stack for our bookkeeping, our financing, what else do we? Because coming from Hollywood, I believe in technology. And if there's a way to do something that's more efficient,
Right.
I'm all about it.
I love it, Jimmy. Lawrence is right up our alley.
So, you see, because as I was doing off the menu, I was seeing what was driving successful restaurants.
Yeah.
And the truth is, for a successful restaurant, all you need is one craveable item. And I remember Todd Graves telling me that. He said, all you need is one craveable item.
Another hockey player?
No, to Raising Cane's. This is the
Oh.
founder of Raising Cane's.
I don't know the man.
He's the most successful restaurant guy in our right now.
What the hell do I know about it? I'm here in New York. I live in a cave in New York.
Raising Cane's, Jersey Mike's.
Todd Graves?
Yeah.
I don't know him.
Yeah,
you
you
know
got-
him too?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta start hanging with this guy.
Let's hang with
I mean,
Lawrence.
honestly, I don't know anybody. I thought he was a hockey player.
Oh God.
Where's Raising Cane's? Where did that start?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't know.
Louisiana.
What? I live in New York. What do I know? Everything goes on in the world.
You don't go to Times Square?
I've never been to a Raising Cane's.
I feel like their Times Square location does like 38 million a year.
They're a big deal. All right,
I've never been. I've heard good things.
Yeah, big deal.
I mean, I think that they don't have chicken fingers. Or their sandwiches are made on right. Their sandwiches
It's all chicken. One thing. He has this philosophy. One love.
No, I know of, but I've just never been.
But so a restaurant just
I go
needs...
to Prince Street Pizza. Okay, that's where I go. Either Prince Street Pizza or eat downstairs at Isabel's or our own restaurants. I don't venture out. Is that terrible of me?
I mean, one of the reasons I created Off the Menu was so I could get out of my habits of going to the same thing over again.
You go everywhere. I got to start hanging out with you.
Yeah, I love food. I love discovering new food.
We'll hang out tonight.
But now I can tell if a food's good just by the picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I can tell if a restaurant's just hype or if the food's actually good
right.
by the...
So I got it. So tonight, Lawrence and I are hanging out tonight, Jimmy, and we're going to go do some crazy shit. I could tell. I just know it because I got that. I mean, I basically been shamed that I haven't been to Raising Cane's. I didn't even know who the owner of Raising Cane's was.
Had you never even heard of Raising Cane's?
Of course I've heard of Raising Cane's. Just don't know that. Like Todd Graves?
Yeah.
It's not a household name. Don't disrespect to the man. Like Danny Meyer.
Well, he's on Shark Tank.
I know Danny
so he
Meyer.
kind of is becoming a household name.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I mean, I'm not your. I guess you know what? I'm not the go-to of household names.
Let's play a quick game of Family Feud. I'll ask one question, one answer on the board.
Go, Jimmy.
Which major restaurateur will not be doing the Hospitality Hangout anytime soon?
Todd Graves.
Todd, ding, ding, ding.
Todd Graves.
Ding, ding, ding. Lawrence nails the answer. We will not be getting.
You know, I think we may have. I think we tried to get him on. I think he said, "You don't even know who I am. You don't even know who I am.
He's
you
actually,
know who I am."
He's actually probably the
I was
nicest
thinking
guy.
about. Isn't Adam Graves the hockey player?
Yeah.
See, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, the New York Ranger.
Yeah, see, Adam. Well, I just figured when you said Todd, Adam Graves, I figured you're like the hockey guy, you know.
I feel like Lawrence has the right to sue us now for taking his idea.
Is Adam
Did
Graves
you call it
related to-
off menu or off the menu?
I don't know.
Is it off menu or off the menu? Yeah, we did a secret menu item with Adam Graves, the famous hockey player that everyone knows.
Just don't infringe on Lawrence's rights.
Did
here.
Adam Graves, how many Stanley Cups did that guy win?
One.
Well, okay,
With
how
the
many
New
did
York
Todd
Rangers.
Graves win? How many Stanley Cups that guy have?
I don't think
the
you
guy
need
has
Stanley.
3,000 restaurants,
He could buy the NHL.
So he's got a couple $1 billion and a few thousand restaurants. You know, is he happy though? Is he happy? That's all.
Wonderfully happy. Sweet,
Is he
fun
happy,
man.
Lawrence?
The happiest.
Okay, he's not happy. Okay, did he?
And he's happy.
Did he produce the Matrix? I don't think so. Okay, the happy. All right.
He's
anyway.
happier than the guy who produced the
All right,
Matrix. Let me tell you
You
that.
got a great tech stack. Let's move along. Got a great tech stack. All right. Let's talk about what other partnerships you have. Like, what about the music partnerships you've done? Because enough about Todd Graves. Okay, I'm gonna wake up in the middle of my sleep tonight, like sweating. Oh, I didn't know who Todd Graves was. Adam Graves, the hockey player.
You should check
Adam
your phone.
Graves.
I've just been texting you nonstop. Todd Graves.
Yeah, no, Adam Graves has 2 Stanley Cups, and from what I heard, very happy.
Okay.
And,
For sure.
And his kids, if he has kids, are very happy too.
Yes.
Okay.
The Graves are doing quite well.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Adam Graves, not Todd Graves.
And both Graves are doing well.
I heard Todd Graves isn't happy. That's what I heard. I read that. I read he's got so many restaurants. He's overwhelmed. Anyway, let's talk about music collaborations. Music collaboration, because you have a collaboration with everybody. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, we for the Kiss, the biggest one we've done, I think, is the Kiss one, where their final tour in New York City, we did a collaboration pizza and box with them.
The Kiss box.
With the Kiss box.
How did something like that start? How do you know them?
You know, they called me.
They called you.
Yeah.
So now you're not even calling anymore. They're calling you.
They called us and they said, "You want to do something? You want to do this?" And we were like, "Absolutely!" Like, are you out of your mind? And they so
get out more
let me tell you about these boxes though. On eBay right now,
Collector's
the
items,
box is
right?
going for $250. So we had all these Kiss fans coming in. We don't want your pizza. Give us the box.
You literally get the
Give us the
box and
box.
throw the pizza out.
Give us the box. You don't throw this pizza out, I tell you. Give us the box.
No, but I mean, it's unbelievable. So, and then Motley Crue.
We did a Motley Crue one.
And is it always the box?
Yeah, that's the cool thing about it is the box is like, you know, the social moment
How many boxes do you make?
Well, it depends on the collaboration and the limitations of the collaboration, how long it's going to go.
You got a box guy?
You know, we do collaborate. Yeah, I do have. I got a box. I got a couple
you got a
box
guy?
guys. I always hold them against each other. It's like, who's going to give me the best box price?
Best price in a box. Yeah.
Lawrence got box guys. I got a hat guy.
And
We all
then what
got
about?
guys.
But I'm listening to Jelly Roll. I love Jelly Roll right now. Like I'm big on Jelly Roll. And you're doing a collab with Jelly Roll?
No, well, that's breaking news. That's not official at all yet. I wish it was. I can't say it is. For these festivals,
Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news here on the Hospitality Hangout. We have it here live right now. Prince Street Pizza and Jelly Roll have announced a new collaboration.
Maybe.
Boxes are gorgeous. They are very few. Only 250 boxes.
There's a chance.
And they're on eBay. Not yet, but if we understand, the early bidding on eBay is $1,000 a box.
currently a lie.
Currently, now we got four. We had 3 truths. Sorry, 2 truths and 2 lies.
Yeah.
The Jelly Roll. That's a lie.
So why can't you get Jelly Roll? Do you need my help?
No. So it's
I saw him out in the Hamptons. He did a show out. I went to go see him out at the where was I, Jimmy? At the at Steve's Doghouse. Mm-hmm. And Jelly Roll was there.
well, sure. If you can help, give him a call and say.
I was invited to the show. I mean, that's I saw him.
I hope we're putting
from
it
a distance.
We're putting good things out there.
Yeah, but I'm.
I hope we're putting it out there. And that
manifesting.
manifesting it.
I'm
exactly
manifesting right now.
But it's
what do
not-
we need to do to get Jelly Roll to do a collab with you?
We got to get his agent to convince the manager.
Now, why
It's
Jelly
actually
Roll? Why Molly Crew Kiss and Jelly Roll? Like why Jelly Roll?
I gotta find. I think they actually CAA who reps him came to us and said, "Would you want to do something for Stagecoach?" He's headlining it.
Okay.
And sometimes when we do these festivals, so we do like Coachella, right? And I have like 4 booths at Coachella,
Just selling pizza.
selling pizza. Last year we did one with Anima and Grimes,
Right.
and it went really well. So this year we're looking to do one. Hopefully, do it with Jelly Roll for Stagecoach.
All right. Well, I happen to know for a fact that Jelly Roll happens to listen to the Hospitality Hangout because he loves not just music but food. So
Well-
Jelly Roll, just email me, my brother, and we're going to do a collab.
Please do it. My wife would be so happy and just for that, just make my wife happy, please.
And if you can't get Jelly Roll, who else should we be going after?
Well,
What about Shabuzi?
we don't. I don't
What's
just
wrong
go.
with Shabuzi?
That would be good too. But
Like I like just saying Shabuzi,
me too.
and I do like that. So I got to tell you, Tipsy, come on. I'm always happy when I hear Tipsy.
We don't go after like that. Like I don't like say, oh, well, who do we have to do it with? It's got to be a natural, organic
It's
thing.
organic. I
You
get
know, like we were talking about at one point doing a larger than life slice with the Backstreet Boys. So yeah,
I like it. I like it.
It's got to feel cool.
I'm getting yelled at by Julie here. We're going over time, Jimmy,
That means
so-
it's going good then,
Yeah,
right?
it's, I mean, I'm getting chastised.
No, it's
we're
all-
running over. Yes. Okay,
We're good.
So yeah,
Go
Jimmy.
ahead. Sorry,
No. I just want to let you know that we'll have to move some things around.
It's all good, Chad.
How do you have this many? It's a very interesting guest.
We got a lot of good things going on. Listen, I understand. I see Prince Street maybe something akin to what we mentioned him earlier on the show, Mr. Danny Meyer, what he's done with Shake
Now,
Shack.
who's that?
Mr. Danny Meyer. So,
Now that I know.
Okay, so what Prince Street is going to be the pizza. We think Danny has done with Shake Shack, and it's creating a premium, kind of a food we all understand, we all love, but it's kind of elevating the experience. And with all the openings, you said you're opening in Florida, in Dallas, in Charleston, Arizona, you're opening. But at the end of the day, this started as a New York institution. How do you think about maintaining the Prince Street kind of the magic as you roll across multiple markets? And, do you adjust the approach as you go to a new city? Do you kind of make sure that it's the New York City brand that has been introduced to these new markets? How do you think about balancing those two things out?
Yeah, I mean that's really the hardest thing of the whole scaling a business, right? Is keeping it so you have the same experience you do when you go to New York. I'll tell you right now, there's no better experience than eating pizza in New York City, on the street, walking with your slice and that. But the idea is just through systems and processes and training. And I didn't know this right away. I wish somebody told me this when I opened the first Prince Street. The family gave me a recipe on a napkin.
Right.
And said, "Don't up."
Don't
Yeah.
But really like dialing in your trainings and your systems and then retraining, picking the right locations and really making it feel that same feeling that I got the first time I went to the Prince Street Pizza in New York City. You know, the brick walls and not overdoing it. You know, when I see like these big companies scaling, they all start to become corporate. I really want
generic.
Yeah, I really want everyone to feel like it's a mom and pop shop.
Authentic.
Yeah, and
You like these
authentic.
words I'm throwing at you?
Very good. Excellent.
Generic. Authentic.
There you go.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
that's
how do you do what? So you just how do you prevent that generic gentrification? Is that a word?
It's definitely a word.
it's a great team. I have a great team of people around me. I try and hire as well as I can, and it's a people business. So even though I'd like to automate as much as I can,
Right.
as long as I don't lose the quality of the product.
Right.
You know.
So how do you keep, like, everyone always talks about, like, New York and the pizza and the bagels, the water. If you go somewhere else, it's not good because the water.
Oh my God, we have a water. I have a water filtration system. That was one of the other demands.
See, Jimmy?
Frank Morano said to me, Lawrence, how do you plan on getting the water? I was like, what do you mean? I'm not shipping water. That's going to be crazy. We'll never make money.
Yeah.
And I figured out the system.
What's the system?
I'm going to give these
You gotta
guys a
get
free
pipe?
plug.
You
I'm going
gotta
to give
get
these guys
a line from, like, upstate New York all the way to wherever you're going?
There's a company called, this is a free plug, New York Water Maker. And it's a kind of a really smart
I don't think they're
idea.
a sponsor. I think we'll have to
Have to reach out to New York Water Maker. Every pizzeria and bagel joint.
So I have a
ships
filtration system
filtration.
in the restaurant so I send them a sample of my water in LA. They come back and they send me the filtration system that turns the LA water into New York
So
water.
they take stuff out, they add stuff in.
Yeah, they add rats and they put it in.
So you have a whole system.
Yeah.
What is something like that?
Yeah,
run you?
that was what part of the.
How much is that costing? Something like that.
It's not that bad. It's like $400 a month. And
it's just a
it's
fee,
a down.
fast,
It's like a
whatever.
down payment, $5,000 for the system, and then
you buy chemicals and stuff. No.
Yeah, and every 90 days we refill the.
Really?
Yeah.
That is. I gotta tell you,
Smart.
that's really interesting.
I like it.
But I don't think everybody does that. Like, I don't think all the bagel places all over the country do that.
No, H&H isn't doing that in Santa Monica.
No, but H&H is, they're flash freezing their bagels
even
and
worse.
shipping them. So they're made here, and then they're, but you're using the water that comes out of the
Yeah, I'm not
faucet in Arizona.
flash freezing dough
Right.
and sending
Yeah.
it.
And it tastes delicious.
Yeah,
Tastes delicious.
absolutely.
That's unbelievable. Listen, I got to take a real quick break, and then we're going to come back, okay? So don't go. We're going to come back with a little hot or not.
Nice.
And a little branded quickfire. So don't go away. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with a little hot or not. Jimbo, we are back and we are ready to go with a little hot or not. Are you ready for some hot or not? Lawrence.
Yep, ready.
Me too.
Drone delivery, hot or not?
Hot.
Web3 food collaborations, hot or not?
Hot.
Food of the month clubs, are they hot?
I mean, I kind of had one. Not.
Ghost kitchens, are they hot?
No way.
Jimmy, that got a no way. Pause on that Web3 food collaborations.
Well, because I didn't really know.
Jimmy.
Oh, sorry.
To opine now.
Okay. Well, I didn't know what it was either. I had to think about the Web3 collaboration. I was
Why not?
like,
Julie put it in.
Yes,
Who the
I
hell knows
understand
what
that.
she's talking about? I thought
Well-
Web3 died.
well,
Is Web3 still a thing?
I guess you were
It's like
talking about
hot for like a minute.
talking about NFTs and different types of ways of ordering.
they're not monkeys so
I
hot.
think what I'm more interested in, because the clear not was the GK, was the Ghost Kitchen,
that's-
and again, to me, you talked about earlier the importance of opening the store and letting it be authentic and keeping it real. And I imagine that's kind of your enthusiasm for that is one of the reasons that a Ghost Kitchen, which is not doing something like that, is why you feel that way. But go a little further. Ghost Kitchens, it was all the rage for a little bit, and now a big not.
So I opened up in LA. I'll tell you why. It's because it didn't work for Prince Street.
You
Didn't
got a
work
pop- you got a pop-up.
as well as
It's
well
not
as
a
it could.
ghost kitchen.
No, we were doing so much business in LA, I couldn't handle it. I got a Ghost Kitchen to handle the delivery business.
Was that like with Kitchen United, or was that with Cloud Kitchen?
It was with it wasn't with either of those. It was something. It was one like one of
Okay,
those.
got it.
And it did well for the first little bit, and then I opened up another Ghost Kitchen, and the truth is The customer wants to know that that restaurant is in the neighborhood.
I think that they want to drive by and see a sign.
They do.
Yeah.
Like, so I thought all the like hoopla about the ghost kitchen is just like, that was during the pandemic. It was a good time for delivery. But like, if you really want to grow a brand, if you really want to grow a business, you got to be out on this. You got to be out on the street.
I agree.
You know, and I don't think
Even if I never go to my Chinese restaurant, I like to drive by, know it's there.
Yeah.
I've never been to Try Dim. I know you've been to Try
yeah.
Dim. I've never been in Try Dim.
They're lovely.
But I know it exists.
It exists.
I don't want to know that it's coming from someone's like kitchen.
But it's gonna blow your mind. Ready for this?
Yeah.
It's even better when you get it at the restaurant.
Yeah, no, I'm
Even
sure.
better.
I'm sure it is. It's even more hot and delicious.
Hot, delicious,
you know?
even
I had
better.
the ribs from them last night, Jimmy. Absolutely to die for.
Even
Anyway.
better. Yeah.
Anyway, so you.
I'll
tried
never
Ghost
open
Kitchen.
I'll never open a ghost kitchen.
Didn't work for you.
Yeah, it just wasn't worth it.
I agree, man. You guys are all about brick and mortar, and your branding is so important. You can't afford to have somebody like putting out.
Exactly.
You guys have such brand equity, you know, and it's got to be the real deal.
That's why I said hell no.
Yeah, hell no. So Jimmy, I'm seeing here Roblox.
Yeah, the idea that you're playing a video game and you could be, in the game and you're ordering a Prince Street pizza.
I don't understand it.
And well, you and I don't, but your kids do.
I don't think anyone does.
All right, well-
does anyone understand that? I'm in the virtual reality. I'm not eating the pizza. What am I doing in there?
You got me, Shatz.
I don't know. The whole Web3 and NFT, I think, that was like I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's got a lot of traction anymore. Am I wrong?
Not to me.
It was like all the rage. Oh my God, I didn't even know what they were. Those apes.
So wait. So Web3 is what is Web3?
I mean, exactly. I don't know. Julie put it on here. Web3 food collaboration. She must know what it is. All right, she told us to move along, which means that she wasn't really. She wasn't really loving that question. Yeah, nothing we can't edit. I don't think even Julie understands what the Web3 is. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna go into a little bit of which came first. Okay, which came first? Are you ready? This is a really easy game, right? We'll just do a little which came first. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, which came first? New York style pizza or Chicago deep dish pizza?
New York style pizza.
Jimmy, do you
I
care?
agree. New York style.
1905.
Yeah, Lombardi's.
What do you think Chicago was?
Lombardi's. Chicago was probably Lou Malnati's in 1952.
1943. Not bad.
Not bad. Not
This guy
bad.
knows pizza.
He knows his pizza.
Which came first, Papa John's or Little Caesars?
Little Caesars.
Jimmy?
I'll play. I'm gonna go Papa John's.
It's Little Caesars. 1959. When did Papa John's?
I was eating in college. I know that.
1984.
1984, huh?
Yeah.
Nah, but it's youthful.
Yeah. But Little Caesars, 59. That's old school. Which came first? The warming oven, or the blast chiller? I don't think anyone even knows what these are.
The blast chiller.
I'm going warming oven.
Yeah, the warming oven. Yeah, I got to talk to Julie about these. They're terrible. Which came first?
Well, what year was warming oven? Which year was
1900s, the warming oven.
Oh.
And the blast chiller. Who's even using a blast chiller?
I thought it was a trick question.
When did
Yeah,
that
I
come
do
around?
too. What's that?
When did the blaster come around?
1960. We don't know what it is. Yeah. All right, we're gonna. That was.
It's flash freezing.
Flash
stuff.
freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's flash freeze. Well, I got to tell you, that was. I'm gonna say that was terrible. All right, let's go. You know what everyone can relate to, Jimmy?
Yes.
Everyone can relate to The Price is Right.
Oh, I think they call it slap fight.
Yeah, everyone can relate to this. Let's do a little Spice is Right, okay, Lawrence?
Yep.
This is something that I know Jimmy would pretend he didn't feel well, and he'd say, "Mom, I'm not feeling well," and he'd like put the thermometer. His mom would come in on the light to get it really hot, and Jimmy, you're gonna stay home from school today. All he wanted to do was watch Bob Barker at The Price is Right. Did they have The Price is Right in Canada?
Yeah, of course.
Did they have it in California and Hollywood?
Yep.
They did?
Yeah.
All right, good.
It's there. It's filmed there.
I know.
It's the only place that has longer lines.
Live from Hollywood Studios in California. The Price is Right. All right, here we go. The Spice is Right. All right, here we are. We're at the Chick-fil-A, not to be confused with Raising Cane's. Let's not start with that again, okay? We went to the Chick-fil-A sandwich meal, okay? It includes a chicken sandwich, medium fries, and a medium drink in Haymarket, Virginia. We like to move we like to get prices from all over the world, all over the country. This time, we went to beautiful Haymarket, Virginia. Jimmy, you guess first. What is your price for the fabulous Showcase Showdown? And you win fabulous prizes if you win.
$12.99.
$12.99. Remember, you can't go over
Yes.
in this game because you lose.
Yes.
Chick-fil-A, Lawrence, sandwich, medium fries, and a medium drink.
I think I'm light.
$9.65.
Ooh, now I don't think I'm light. I think I'm good.
I got to tell you, winner, chicken dinner. It's $10.19. Lawrence is the what?
Oh, you're right. He won.
Yeah, you went over.
I
Jimmy.
went over.
You went
over.
You
You're right.
made me second guess myself. He's the big
was
winner
testing.
there.
I
a
knew
big
it was
winner.
all about value, especially
Traffic.
when he said where it was
Yep.
And
from.
Virginia.
Yep.
Yeah, he
Yep.
knows. He
Rent
knows.
isn't expensive
Yep.
there. Food
I
costs
gotta
are
say,
labor.
Jimmy, you have been sucking.
Yes.
On you have. Do you know like we played The Spice is Right like a couple weeks ago? We went with. I'll ask you. Or we went with a dozen donuts from
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme. What do you
yes.
think a dozen donuts of Krispy Kreme goes for?
$5.
Is
Okay,
it better
that's
get-
a lot of better.
Still better than mine.
Jimmy was like $43.
No, I like 20. I said $23.
Jimmy's like on the Upper East Side. Man.
12 donuts. A donut is what? A couple dollars.
I was going less than $2 a donut. I went
Jimmy
dozen
went
donuts,
with
$23.
Like $29.99.
What is it?
And he's like, well, I don't care what they charge. There's no, you can't put a price on it. You couldn't put it. Jimmy's like, you can't put a price. It's priceless.
I think it was like $11. It was like less than a dollar.
It was like $1 a donut.
dollar
Yeah,
donut.
yeah.
I was
Jimmy's World donuts are priceless. There's you can't put a price.
I gotta tell you, I go to that Krispy Kreme at 86th Street.
What is it?
I ain't seeing $1 a donut.
Yeah, I walked out of there. I walked out $150.
Yes.
Still, we have
All
one donut, like $150.
I drove by a Krispy Kreme the other day, and it was said cooking, or what is it outside? It says fresh. When
Yes.
when the light's on, it says
Oh, they're making
Yes.
them.
fresh. It means they're making them.
They
They're
have
hot.
they have the thing, the little conveyor.
Yeah, but there's a light outside of the store that lets you know it's happening. Did you know
I
that?
don't know. Did they do that at all the stores? Is that a new thing? I didn't see that at all the stores. But I remember when they did open a Krispy Kreme because it was always in the South and you never had it here. And they opened one wherever in New York. And I remember going in there and I was, oh my God, like looking the glaze dripping on it. It was awesome. All right, Jimbo, we're back to a little match game now. Cause right?
We are. I thought we're back to Trivia Tuesday.
Well, that's my match game.
Oh, match game is Trivia Tuesday?
Well, I call it that.
All
'cause
right.
It's like I'm matching two truths.
All right. At the top of
I
the
don't have any music for
Okay,
Trivia
it's
Tuesday, so I
okay.
just match
By the way,
games.
this segment is so good, I don't even need the music for this, okay? At the top of the show, I gave you 3 factoids about our friend Lawrence, okay? Lawrence created the world's largest chicken tender festival.
He did that because he talked about festivals so
Yeah,
much.
very good
That's-
festivals.
yeah.
Lawrence created the Krabby Patty. And Lawrence ate a burger a day for a whole year. 365 days, 365 burgers. Shatsy, what says you?
Yeah, I'm going to say, based on our conversation today with Lawrence,
yes.
I believe that he did have a chicken tender festival. And do you see how fast he pounced on me when I didn't know Adam Graves'
Yes.
brother, Todd, the Raising Cane's founder?
Yes.
I mean, he was like, oh, I did not know it. Oh, he's a great, oh. I mean, so obviously he knows something about tenders.
Yes.
I mean, God knows what deal he had with that, right?
Yes.
So that's true.
Okay.
And he talks about the burgers, and I think he probably did eat a burger every day because he was trying to find. I agree. I don't think he created the Krabby Patty. I don't think so. I think
right.
the Krabby Patty is a lie. I think because he made a little bit of a Spaceballs cartoon. I don't think that. I don't think so.
All right. That's what says Lawrence.
So the lie is absolutely, I did not create the Krabby Patty.
I knew
However, I did create the Krabby Patty collab for the 25th anniversary for SpongeBob SquarePants for Nickelodeon and Paramount.
Really?
Where I had 250 restaurants across the world
Wow.
create
Boom.
their version of the Krabby Patty.
I gotta tell you, man.
By the way, I kind of think that's a true then.
Yeah,
he
I
didn't
gotta
create.
tell you.
He didn't create the.
He lied about the truth.
But he did. Actually, they're all kind of true.
Yeah, you can't.
pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, so you tricked me.
Yeah.
You lied.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Can we go back?
He had three truths.
Wait. So you ate a burger a day?
Yeah.
For a year.
Every day for a year.
Did you lose a bet?
No, I invested in a burger joint in LA, and I was like, while they were opening the burger joint, I was like, nobody has a real burger list. And I basically I said, I want to know what the actual best burger is. And I I said to my wife, and my wife's a fitness trainer. And I said, I'm going to eat a burger every day for a year. I'm going to document it, and I'm going to go and try every burger. And I did.
All over the country?
Every day I had a different burger. It was mainly California.
What year was this?
2018.
So this was recently.
Well, I don't know. It's like 5
We
years
have
ago.
so much to talk about. Like, this is not all going to be done during the podcast. We're going to have to.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to bring a bottle of whiskey to the bar, and we're going to have to sit and drink. Because there's a lot to unpack here, you know? But before we unpack this, because he lied on he told the truth.
Well,
There were no lies.
I would say he did not create the Krabby Patty, but he still had a connection to the Krabby Patty.
Yeah, it's a gray area. It's
Hey,
gray. It's gray.
we went
I
to
didn't create the
trenches.
Krabby Patty. I probably would not be hustling
Wait, do you have
unless.
kids? You have kids?
Yeah, I got 3 kids.
Okay, so how old are the kids?
2, 4, and 6.
Nice.
Okay, so they know SpongeBob, right?
I introduced it to them when I started studying because I never wasn't a massive SpongeBob fan. I
Yeah.
kind of was. I was a little older for
Yeah,
that.
I'm much older, so that was my kids like SpongeBob.
Yeah, and then
That guy was definitely smoking and like microdose. There was no like the guy who created that was not for kids. Like that show was definitely like.
What do you think about Scooby-Doo?
I think a lot of these cartoons
Yes.
are really. I mean, it's not like kids are making the cartoons.
Yes.
These are grown-ups making these cartoons. So they're like, we got to get so stoned and just go nutty.
absolutely
Right?
for sure. This, especially the references in that
I mean,
thing.
right?
Like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
exactly. I mean, the kids love it because they don't know. I mean, yeah, like we used to. I watched cartoons when I was longer. Like, who's making the Flintstones?
They live on Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, just the whole thing. It's good. It's good stuff. I got to tell you. All right, we got to jump into it. Jimmy's like already missed a meeting. Look at that. Jimmy's missed.
It's all good. This is better. I'm having a good time. This is good.
Inside, Jimmy's dying right now. He's
This is
never
good.
late. to a
Never
meeting.
late.
Never. I'm missing a meeting. Late to a meeting.
It's okay.
Absolutely not.
I'm worried he didn't finish his slice of pizza.
Oh, I'm going to be eating this.
He's gonna eat that on his way to. Jimmy's motto is, I think, was your dad in the Navy, Jimmy, or your dad was in the military?
No.
No. But he loves quoting the what is that quote? The if you're on
5
time,
minutes
you're
early.
late.
5 minutes early, you're on time.
Yeah, if you're
You know,
on time,
you're
you're
late. And if you're late, unforgivable.
Yeah, if you're late, you're on. If you're on time, you're late.
Same way.
The quote
I'm
I
the same
like
way.
is Dean Smith, coach of Carolina basketball, the legendary coach. Tardiness is a heightened form of egotism. The idea that your time is more important than everyone else's time. Tardiness.
Is that like Mr. Hahn? Is it our time?
And then you could respond with a Sean Penn of, well, Mr. Hand, if I'm here and you're here, it doesn't make it our time.
You're right, Spicoli.
I don't think
It's our
I don't
time.
think Sean Penn and Coach Smith would have necessarily gotten along.
You know,
Just saying.
I
Don't
will
know.
tell. I will say one thing, Jimmy. On your time, Jimmy is always on time. Okay, for calls, meetings. Let me tell you
unless-
when he's not on time. Okay, here's Jimmy. We travel a lot, and I'd say we travel half the time. We travel together, and a lot of times we're on the same flight, so we'll go together. And Jimmy's like, "Hey, are you on my flight? Yeah, I'll pick you up in the morning." Okay, right? And he lives on the Upper East Side. I live on the Upper East Side, and Jimmy is never on time in an Uber to pick me up. Never. Never on time. 11 o'clock, 11:15, 11:20. Hey, never on that. Never. 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:20.
I'm strong at 6.
Never on time.
Although one time I had to go into his apartment to wake him up because
I
he
was
overslept.
one time.
One time.
My alarm didn't go up.
Your
That
wife
was,
is- your
that
wife
was
is-
Alexa.
Your
That was
wife-
Alexa.
Your wife is screaming.
That
Someone's in the
Alexa,
apartment.
that-
Go check.
Alexa, I said, Alexa, set my alarm clock for 5:30. She got it all confused. Anyway, listen, we got to jump into a little quick fire. Are you ready for quick fire?
Absolutely.
All right, here we
Always
go.
ready.
Brandon quick fire, 5 lightning round questions. Here we go. Your favorite sports team in the entire world?
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Nice.
What was the last thing you Googled?
Can a cheetah kill an orca?
And?
They don't fight together because they live in different environments.
Yeah.
My son is obsessed with can something kill something?
Yeah,
And
I
it's like-
agree. Because we were always talking about like a bear and a dog.
Yeah,
Like what would
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
I like that. Yeah. A bear would not kill a dog. A dog, I don't think kill him. It's shit out of it.
Yeah, he's asking me for all these different
Yeah,
scenarios.
I like it. How do you take your bagel? How do you do a bagel?
With tomato sauce, cheese, and pepperoni.
Nice. Pizza
Whoa!
bagel. Pizza bagel.
Boom! I love it. Whoa! You got me there. I got to tell you. What's your all-time favorite sauce or condiment?
Tomato sauce, marinara sauce.
Marinara.
Yeah.
It's really going hard on this marinara, huh? I mean, what do you do before Prince Street? What would your answer be before Prince Street? Like on the bagel.
Oh no! I you want to know what I did before I ate a burger a day?
Yeah.
I tried every meatball sandwich in LA.
Oh, really?
I love marinara sauce.
Okay. All right. I got to tell you, we got a lot to talk about this guy. If you were to challenge Jimmy Rye to a game of knock hockey. Oh, knock hockey. Who would you have better odds of beating? Knock hockey. You know knock hockey.
No, what's knock hockey?
I hope you're kidding right now. Seriously?
Seriously.
Oh, see, that's camp. Did you go to camp?
Yeah, I went to Camp Tamaqua.
You went to Camp Tamaqua?
Yeah,
They didn't have knock hockey?
No.
Didn't have?
What's like
Like the little knock hockey was like the little hockey and the little wooden
sticks.
puck and the stick.
Little sticks.
You know, and then sometimes you could squeeze it on the bumper, right, with your finger, right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
So I would win.
Yes.
Why would you win? Because you had skates when you were one.
Because he's Canadian.
I'm an athlete.
Canadian hockey.
I don't know that knock hockey. There's a lot of athleticism. But okay. Wait a minute, you'd win. I know you'd win, but who would you beat, Jimmy or I? Who could you beat, knock hockey?
I think I could beat both of you.
All right.
I know you could beat both of us.
What's the question?
I don't even know what the question is anymore. I don't even know, Jimmy. Jimmy,
all right.
Let's take us home, Jimmy. I don't even know.
Listen, we've got pizza to eat.
What camp doesn't have knock hockey?
We have
Where
pizza-
was
we
this
have-
camp?
we have
Canada?
pizza-
Algonquin Park. Have you ever seen the movie Indian Summer?
I don't think so.
No.
Is that like a Todd Graves question?
No, it's an Alan Arkin movie.
I like Alan Arkin.
Yeah, it was in the probably.
Is that like a coming of age movie, Julie? Really? I like Alan Arkin.
Love Alan
Yeah,
Arkin.
it's about a Jewish camp in northern Canada.
Really?
It's great. Yeah.
God damn it! I have to go watch this now. I have so much to do. I mean, but I'm behind on Survivor, so I've got a lot to do. All right, Jim, but you gotta wrap us up here because we're gonna get in trouble.
All right, listen, Lawrence, we want to thank you so much for joining us on the podcast, for bringing not one, not two, 3 different pizzas he brought to us from Prince Street. So the office is having a good time at B-Works. I've taken a couple slices and I'm bringing them home for my wife and daughter. We're having a good time tonight. But also, thank you for sharing all your insights and telling some great stories about how, not just about Prince Street, which is an amazing story, but your burgers, your secret menu items, and just how you're blending, Hollywood and celebrities and now restaurants. It's super fun and can't wait to keep watching what you're doing with Prince Street. If you want to get in touch with Lawrence directly, you can email the podcast team at podcast@brandedstrategic.com. We'd be happy to make the connection for you. And to our listeners, go check out Prince Street. I got to tell you, the
what's the
sauce.
URL for
sauce
Prince
what's the
Street
URL
Pizza?
for Prince Street Pizza?
What's the what?
What's the URL? What's the website?
Oh, PrinceStreetPizza.com.
Prince Street
I'm on the
PrinceStreetPizza.com.
website right now, and I got to tell you, it's a good looking website over here.
It could be better. It could be better.
There you
It
go.
could be better. It could be better. I didn't want to say that.
All right.
Oh, I see all locations here. All right, listen. We got to wrap it up. Great guest. All right, listen to everybody. Check us out on YouTube at Hospitality Hangout. If you haven't already subscribed to our newsletter, it's hospitalityheadline.com. Go to hospitalityheadline.com and check it out. It's every Saturday morning. You will love it. If you haven't been to Prince Street Pizza, honestly, you were just an absolute loser. So I don't even know what to say to you. It's like I have to tell you to go check it out. You're a loser. You haven't never been there, but I mean, I recognize there probably is a few people that haven't been there, but you have to check it out immediately. Join us next week. I got to tell you, we have George Felix, the Chief Marketing Officer of Chili's, a little restaurant group called Chili's. They got a couple locations. That's going to be an incredible show. I got to tell you, we are loving it. Thank you, Lawrence. This was unbelievable show.
Thank you.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Really
Thank you.
appreciate this.